came across another absurd sign, and this one is along the freeway. It says, "Worried? Text Jesus." And this is one of these new AI chatbots that is basically saying that it's Jesus and that you can talk to him. And I looked at it, and it's like you ask it a question, and you say something like, "I'm very worried about A, B, or C." And the way it answers is like, "Don't fear, my child." And then it'll, intercut like a verse from the Bible. This is so cringy. This is so lazy. This is exactly the type of nonsense that science fiction writers used to create novels about in like dystopian futures and dystopian societies where, I remember one where these people had an android as a child because people weren't allowed to have children anymore. And even as a kid, we were like, "Oh, that's ridiculous. Nobody would ever have a little kid that was an android." The movie that I was referring to is the initials ZPG, which stands for Zero Population Growth. So in that movie, it's illegal to have children. And they have these dolls that basically substitute for having a child. And they're very, very fake looking, very creepy looking. And when I was a kid, it just seemed ridiculous, this whole idea that these characters in the movie would actually get so into owning these fake children, which is what happens. Like, they really care about them. They all want one.
They're designed to go through the whole range of childhood diseases. Nothing serious, just enough to keep Mother constantly on her toes.
She's darling, but don't you have a younger one?
Sorry, we're out of infants.
What I was trying to get across is I think it's the same thing with an app that is supposed to be Jesus, as if it's going to be a substitute for a connection with God. Somehow God is inside this computer and you're going to actually communicate. We all knew that they would do something like this, of creating a Jesus AI chatbot that you can actually interact with. And there's several of them. It's not just this one Text Jesus. There's a bunch of them if you go and look. You're not going to actually communicate with Jesus Christ by utilizing an app that makes you think that you are. Because I'm sure that there's some people out there that actually feel like they are indeed texting Jesus, like Jesus is sitting at the right hand of the Father, getting notifications on his cell phone. Bing! Oh, it's little Johnny. I'd better text him right now. God, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the Messiah, is sitting up in heaven, texting on a cell phone. It's stupid. It's lazy. It's cringy. I mean, it just is the state of the world as it is today. And I just say, worried? Text Jesus? I would be worried if I did utilize this program, because I'd be worried that I was committing blasphemy in believing in any capacity that this AI entity, whatever it is in any way the actual Jesus Christ, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, God. It's ridiculous. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is not an AI chatbot. Jesus is not inside of a computer. Just stop.